Okay, why don't we go ahead and get started? We've got a busy day today, so we'll get started right here.
Because we are factoring in a new fabrication facility in NAND in Singapore.
Capital additions for the quarter primarily related to our new expanded facility in Korea.
And also continue to invest in our factories like our low-cost factory in Mexico.
We still can't build factories fast enough in places like China to keep up with our internal growth.
So that's, and in some cases you get 5-to-1 cost leverage or better. Low-cost location versus our highest onshore headcount locations.
And we built the facility in Suzhou, China that you're aware of.
Internationally, we continue to see opportunities in Latin America, North Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia.
We're seeing a huge outsourcing trend.
Put a new facility in Singapore.
Our new 218,000 square foot solar factory in Shenzhen, China.
New plant we are building in Romania, and we are in the process of recruiting professional staff in the country.
We've got 3 good teams now in charge of our business in China. We've got 12 manufacturing facilities. Our supply chain people are spending an enormous amount of time. We just moved a young guy out of our U.S. business and supply chain to run some of the factories over there. We're putting expertise in. I'm very enthused about China.
There are a number of touch labor steps that we have been doing here for historical reasons, but where it really just makes sense to move those offshore.
The startup of a facility in Peru, the expansion of capacity in Rosario, the increase of capacity in New Zealand, which is going to start.
We recently announced the opening of our Asia joint venture's first production facility in China.
We've established 7 new low-cost country suppliers.
So this year we're about $24 billion in annual sales. We've got about 200,000 employees, and we've got approximately 120,000 of those folks in Asia, with 90,000 of them currently in China.
A broke ground for manufacturing facility in Hangzhou and many others.
And I should point out, by the way, that our 2 primary competitors in that space, even though we're based in the United States, we're all within a few miles of each other in southern China.
We opened a new facility in Nogales, in Mexico, which is about 70 miles south of our Tucson facility. So we travel back and forth by car.
Today we have another nearly 40 people in Asia. We have an office in Guangzhou, another office in Indonesia. We have nearly 30 open requisitions for new hires.
I think of GE as having kind of historically had one technology center in Schenectady, New York. It was fairly run down, not that impressive. Now you have some satellite facilities in
Bangalore.
Bangalore, even Russia, right? Something there.
Just last year, we quadrupled our distribution capacity in China, and we plan to triple our distribution and packaging capacity in India.
Really starting in Q2, we'll count on the new factory in China.
This new 100,000 square foot factory outside of Shanghai represents a milestone.
But quite honestly, China is key to our world and producing the products that we need. So,
we looked at the best years that we had, financial years during 2006, 7, and 8, and we took that cash flow and those profits and invested in developing economies, knowingly that the growth was going to tilt into those areas. And today we have 4 facilities in China, over 300 people in China. We have over 1,000 people in India. We built factories in Brazil. We built factories in the Central and Eastern Europe.
I told you last year that one of the things that was happening was we were bringing a greenfield factory into the mix with the Fab 68 in Dalian, China.
We signed a few weeks ago a collaboration with the National Center for Cardiologic Disease, a Huawei Center in Beijing.
Not outsourcing to India.
In China, we're expanding our auto substrate plant. We're also building a new manufacturing distribution center for life sciences, and we are adding a new melting and finishing factory for LCD business.
We're implementing aggressive cash preservation measures, company-wide cost reduction, and accelerated our transition to an outsourced manufacturing model. While some of these decisions, particularly the ones related to reductions in staff, were emotionally difficult, they were clearly necessary in order to navigate through the economic challenges of the year and ensure a strong company positioning for future growth.
Minimum wage went up by 20% in May for labour in China.
That's quite all right.